Have you ever wondered if a cryptocurrency community could simply decide their coin is worth over $300,000 and make it happen? Are you curious about Pi Network's bold global consensus value vision that's got millions talking? And most importantly, could this grassroots movement actually change how we think about cryptocurrency value forever? If you're asking yourself these questions, you're in exactly the right place. I'm going to answer your most pressing questions about Pi Network's revolutionary GCV concept, reveal why this community-driven approach might be the future of crypto, and show you the real progress happening right now that could make this vision a reality. But here's the thing. What I'm about to share with you challenges everything you think you know about how cryptocurrency gets its value. So stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll understand why millions of Pi Network pioneers believe they're building the future of money itself. Let's first greet and welcome to all my amazing Pi pioneers from every corner of the world. Whether you're tuning in from Papua New Guinea, the US, India, Nigeria, the Philippines, Canada, Kenya, or any other part of this incredible planet, I see you and I appreciate you. Before we dive in, do me one small favor. Hit that subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you never miss a single update about the Pi revolution. And in the comments, type Pi Network to the moon along with your country and flag. Let's show the world how strong, diverse, and unstoppable our global Pi community truly is. Thanks so much for being part of this movement. So, what exactly is this global consensus value that everyone's talking about? Well, imagine if instead of letting big exchanges and whale traders decide what your cryptocurrency is worth, the community itself could set the price based on real utility and collective belief. That's exactly what Pi Network's GCV movement is all about. The number $314,159 isn't random. It comes from the mathematical constant pi, which is 3.14159. This symbolic choice shows how serious the community is about creating something completely different from traditional cryptocurrency trading. They're not just picking a high number to get rich quick, they're making a statement about building a new kind of financial system. But here's where it gets really interesting. Unlike other cryptocurrencies that rely on speculation and market hype, Pi Network's GCV is built on the idea that value should come from real-world use and community agreement. Think about it. What if the people who actually use a currency could decide what it's worth, instead of leaving it to speculators who might never even use it? Now, you might be thinking, that sounds nice, but how could this actually work? Well, let me tell you about the incredible progress Pi Network is making to support this vision. First, Pi Network launched the Pi App Studio, which lets developers create applications that use Pi for payments. This means people can actually spend their Pi on real goods and services, not just trade it for other cryptocurrencies. When you can buy your morning coffee or pay for online services with Pi, that's when it becomes real money. Second, Pi Network Ventures is funding projects that use Pi in their business models. This creates a whole ecosystem where Pi isn't just a token. It's the foundation for real businesses and services. The more businesses accept Pi, the stronger the case becomes for the GCV price point. But here's the most exciting part. Across social media platforms, thousands of pioneers are already conducting transactions using GCV as their reference point. They're buying and selling everything from local market goods to education and technology services. These aren't just test transactions, they're laying the groundwork for a new economy. Let's talk numbers for a moment, because this is where things get really fascinating. Right now, traditional analysts predict Pi will trade between 40 cents and 52 cents by the end of 2025. That's a huge gap from the 314,159 GCV vision, right? But here's what those analysts are missing. They're looking at Pi like it's just another cryptocurrency trying to get listed on exchanges. The GCV movement is playing a completely different game. They're building a circular economy where Pi's value doesn't depend on exchange listings or speculative trading. Think about it this way. If enough merchants accept Pi at the GCV rate, and if enough consumers use Pi at that rate, then market exchanges become less important. The real value comes from utility, not speculation. It's like how the US dollar maintains its value. Not because traders decide it's valuable, but because you can use it to buy things everywhere. Let's talk numbers for a moment, because this is where things get really fascinating. Right now, traditional analysts predict Pi will trade between 40 cents and 52 cents by the end of 2025. That's a huge gap from the 314,159 GCV vision, right? But here's what those analysts are missing. They're looking at Pi like it's just another cryptocurrency trying to get listed on exchanges. The GCV movement is playing a completely different game. They're building a circular economy where Pi's value doesn't depend on exchange listings or speculative trading. Think about it this way. If enough merchants accept Pi at the GCV rate, and if enough consumers use Pi at that rate, then market exchanges become less important. The real value comes from utility, not speculation. It's like how the US dollar maintains its value. Not because traders decide it's valuable, but because you can use it to buy things everywhere. What makes this vision even more powerful is the sheer size and dedication of the Pi network community. With over 35 million engaged users worldwide, Pi network has built one of the largest cryptocurrency communities in history. When this many people believe in something and work together toward a common goal, incredible things can happen. The community isn't just hoping for high prices. They're actively building the infrastructure to support them. Every day, new merchants join the Pi ecosystem. Every day, more applications integrate Pi payments. Every day, the network grows stronger and more useful. And here's something that really sets Pi apart. The community focuses on long-term value creation, not quick profits. While other cryptocurrency communities obsess over daily price movements, Pi pioneers are building sustainable businesses and creating real-world utility. This patient, strategic approach could be exactly what's needed to achieve something as ambitious as the GCV vision. The GCV movement represents something much bigger than just Pi network. It's a glimpse into the future of Web3 economics. In the traditional financial system, value is determined by central authorities and market manipulators. But in a truly decentralized system, communities should have the power to determine value based on utility and collective agreement. Pi network is proving that this isn't just a theory, it's a practical reality that's happening right now. When pioneers accept Pi at GCV rates for real goods and services, they're demonstrating that community consensus can create genuine economic value. This could inspire similar movements in other cryptocurrency projects, pushing the entire industry toward models that prioritize utility and community participation over speculation and market manipulation. Imagine a world where the value of digital assets is determined by the people who actually use them, not by traders who see them as gambling chips. Now, let's be honest about the challenges. For GCV to become a global reality, Pi network needs widespread merchant adoption, secure exchange listings that respect community consensus, and regulatory clarity around community-defined pricing models. But here's why these challenges are actually opportunities in disguise. Every challenge Pi network overcomes makes the entire cryptocurrency industry stronger and more mature. When they solve the merchant adoption problem, they're creating a blueprint that other projects can follow. When they navigate regulatory requirements, they're paving the way for community-driven economic models. The most exciting part: the Pi network community isn't waiting for permission to start building this future. They're conducting GCV transactions right now, creating proof of concept that community consensus can work in practice, not just in theory. Let me paint you a picture of what's happening in the Pi network ecosystem every single day. In local markets around the world, vendors are accepting Pi at GCV rates. Students are paying for online courses with Pi. Freelancers are getting paid in Pi for their services. These aren't publicity stunts. They're real economic transactions that prove the GCV concept works. The Pi network team continues developing the ecosystem with new features and partnerships. The open network is processing more transactions every month. The community is growing stronger and more organized. All of these factors create momentum toward the GCV vision. And here's something that traditional financial analysts completely miss: the cultural and symbolic power of the GCV movement. When millions of people around the world believe in something and work together to make it happen, they can achieve results that seem impossible according to traditional economic models. So, what does the future look like if the GCV vision succeeds? Imagine a world where local communities can establish their own economic systems using Pi as the foundation, where small businesses don't need to worry about currency exchange rates or payment processing fees, where people in developing countries have access to the same financial tools as those in wealthy nations. The GCV movement isn't just about making Pi worth $314,159, it's about creating a more equitable and decentralized financial system. It's about giving communities the power to determine their own economic destiny instead of being subject to the whims of distant markets and central authorities. This vision might seem ambitious, but remember, every revolutionary change in history seemed impossible until it happened. The internet seemed impossible until it connected the world. Smartphones seemed impossible until they put computers in everyone's pocket. Cryptocurrency itself seemed impossible until Bitcoin proved that decentralized money could work. Pi Network has officially established its global consensus value at an incredible $314,159 per PiCoin. This isn't just another price prediction or wishful thinking. This is a bold declaration that represents something much bigger than money. But here's what makes this absolutely fascinating. This number isn't random at all. It comes from Pi itself, the mathematical constant 3.14159. The Pi Network community chose this value as a symbol of their vision for the future of cryptocurrency. It's brilliant, it's meaningful, and it shows the deep thinking behind this project. Think about it for a moment. While other crypto projects are fighting over who has the highest price on exchanges, Pi Network is building something completely different. They're creating a value system that's based on community trust, real utility, and long-term vision rather than short-term speculation. Now, you might be wondering, what makes this announcement so special? Why is this a turning point for crypto utility and decentralized trust? Well, let me explain the genius behind this move. First, this valuation represents something that has never been done before in crypto history. Pi Network is saying, we don't need traditional exchanges to tell us what our coin is worth. Our community of over 60 million pioneers will decide our value based on real utility and trust. This is revolutionary because it challenges the entire system. Traditional crypto markets are controlled by big players, whales, and speculation. But Pi Network is creating a parallel economy where value comes from actual use and community agreement. Second, this $314,159 valuation isn't just about money. It's about creating stability in a world of crypto chaos. While Bitcoin and Ethereum go up and down like roller coasters, Pi Network is offering something different, a stable foundation that people can trust and build upon. Here's where things get really interesting. Pi Network's approach to valuation represents a new model of economics that puts the community first. Let me break this down for you in simple terms. Traditional cryptocurrencies depend on exchanges, traders, and market makers to determine their value. This creates a system where ordinary people have no control over the price of their coins. The big players make the rules, and everyone else just follows. But Pi Network is flipping this model completely. They're saying, what if the community itself decides the value? What if we create a system where ordinary people have the power to determine what their cryptocurrency is worth? This is exactly what the global consensus value represents. It's not dictated by exchanges or whales. It's a collective decision made by millions of people who believe in Pi Network's vision of financial inclusion and decentralized trust. Now let's talk about something that makes Pi Network truly special: real-world utility. This isn't just another speculative token that exists only on exchanges. Pi Network is building an entire ecosystem where people can actually use their coins for real things. Imagine this. You wake up tomorrow and you can use your Pi coins to buy coffee, pay for online services, purchase digital products, or even pay for education. This isn't a dream. This is what Pi Network is building right now. The Pi browser ecosystem is already showing incredible potential. Developers are creating applications where Pi coins can be used for real transactions. Online stores are accepting Pi as payment. Freelancers are earning Pi coins for their services. This is real utility in action. This $314,159 valuation gives all these transactions a stable foundation. Merchants know what to expect. Customers understand the value they're getting. Developers can build applications with confidence. This creates a positive cycle that benefits everyone in the ecosystem. But there's something even more powerful happening here. Pi Network is proving that decentralized trust actually works. Let me explain what this means and why it's so important. In traditional finance, we trust banks, governments, and financial institutions to manage our money. In traditional crypto, we trust exchanges and market makers to determine value. But Pi Network is creating a third option: community trust. When 60 million people agree that Pi has value, when they use it for real transactions, when they build businesses around it, that creates a new kind of trust. This isn't trust in institutions or companies. This is trust in each other. This decentralized trust is incredibly powerful because it can't be manipulated by any single entity. No government can shut it down. No company can control it. No whale can manipulate it. It belongs to the community, and it's protected by the community. Here's something really important that most people don't understand. Pi Network's approach actually protects you from the market manipulation that destroys so many crypto investors. Think about what happens with other cryptocurrencies. Big players buy and sell massive amounts, creating artificial price swings. Regular people lose money because they can't compete with these whales. The market becomes a casino where the house always wins. But Pi Network's global consensus value creates a different dynamic. It's not based on trading volume or market manipulation. It's based on community agreement and real utility. This means your Pi coins are protected from the wild swings that hurt so many crypto investors. This stability is crucial for building a real economy. Businesses can accept Pi coins without worrying about sudden price crashes. Customers can spend Pi coins without fear of losing value overnight. This creates confidence, and confidence creates growth. Now, let's talk about something that makes this story even more incredible: the global impact of Pi Network's mission. This isn't just about creating another cryptocurrency. This is about changing lives around the world. Pi Network is designed to be accessible to everyone, regardless of where they live or how much money they have. You don't need expensive mining equipment. You don't need to be a tech expert. You just need a smartphone and the willingness to participate. This accessibility is creating opportunities in places where traditional banking doesn't reach. People in developing countries can participate in the global economy. Students can earn money for their education. Small business owners can accept digital payments. This is financial inclusion in action. The $314,159 valuation gives all these opportunities a stable foundation. When people in different countries can trust that their Pi coins have consistent value, it opens up incredible possibilities for global commerce and cooperation. Here's where Pi Network's vision gets really exciting. They're not just creating a cryptocurrency, they're building the foundation for the future of Web3 commerce. Imagine a world where you can buy anything, anywhere, with Pi coins, where developers can create applications that seamlessly integrate crypto payments, where businesses can operate globally without worrying about currency exchange rates or payment processing fees. This isn't science fiction. This is what Pi Network is building right now. The Pi browser ecosystem is already showing what's possible. Developers are creating games, marketplaces, educational platforms, and social networks that all use Pi coins. The 314,159 valuation provides the stability these applications need to thrive. When developers know that PiCoins will maintain consistent value, they can build long-term businesses. When users know they can trust PiCoins for payments, they're more likely to participate. Something amazing is happening with Pi Network right now, and it's called the network effect. Let me explain why this is so powerful and why it's accelerating. The network effect means that Pi Network becomes more valuable as more people use it. Every new user makes the network stronger. Every new developer creates more utility. Every new merchant accepting PiCoins increases the ecosystem's value. We're seeing this happen in real time. As more people join Pi Network, more applications are being built. As more applications are built, more people want to join. This creates a positive feedback loop that's incredibly powerful. The 314,159 valuation acts like a beacon for this network effect. It signals to developers, merchants, and users that Pi Network is serious about building long-term value. It creates confidence that attracts more participants, which creates more value, which attracts even more participants. Let's talk about something that makes Pi Network truly revolutionary: their approach to mining and accessibility. This is where Pi Network has changed the game completely. Traditional crypto mining requires expensive computers, high electricity costs, and technical knowledge. This creates barriers that exclude most people from participating. Only the wealthy and tech-savvy can afford to mine Bitcoin or Ethereum. But Pi Network solved this problem brilliantly. They created a mining system that works on your smartphone without draining your battery or using excessive data. This means anyone with a phone can participate in the Pi Network ecosystem. This accessibility is crucial for the 314,159 valuation because it means the community can grow to include billions of people. When anyone can participate, the network becomes incredibly powerful and resilient. Here's something that makes Pi Network special: the role of pioneers in shaping the future. You're not just a user or an investor. You're a pioneer who's helping to build something revolutionary. Every time you mine PiCoins, you're contributing to the network's security. Every time you use PiCoins for transactions, you're proving their utility. Every time you share Pi Network with others, you're expanding the ecosystem. This pioneer model creates a sense of ownership and responsibility that doesn't exist in other crypto projects. You're not just hoping the price goes up, you're actively participating in creating value. The 314,159 valuation recognizes this contribution. It's not just about the money, it's about acknowledging that pioneers are the real foundation of Pi Network's success. Now, let's be honest about the challenges Pi Network faces and how they're overcoming them. Every revolutionary project faces obstacles, and Pi Network is no exception. The biggest challenge is convincing people that a community-driven valuation can work. Many people are used to traditional market mechanisms and find it hard to trust something new. But Pi Network is proving that community consensus can create real value through actual utility and adoption. Another challenge is building the technical infrastructure to support millions of users. Pi Network is investing heavily in scalability and security to ensure the network can handle massive growth while maintaining performance. The regulatory environment is also a challenge, but Pi Network is working proactively with regulators to ensure compliance while maintaining their vision of decentralized trust and financial inclusion. So, what does all this mean for your PiCoins? How does the $314,159 valuation affect you personally? Let me break this down in practical terms. First, this valuation gives your PiCoins a stable foundation. Instead of worrying about daily price swings, you can focus on using your coins for real purposes. This stability makes PiCoins more useful and valuable in the long run. Second, the growing ecosystem means more opportunities to use your PiCoins. As more merchants accept Pi payments and more applications integrate PiCoins, your coins become more useful and valuable. Third, being part of a pioneer community means you're helping to shape the future of cryptocurrency. Your participation contributes to the network's growth and success. Let's talk about Pi Network's long-term vision and how we're seeing it come to life right now. This isn't just about creating a successful cryptocurrency, it's about fundamentally changing how we think about money and value. Pi Network envisions a world where cryptocurrency is accessible to everyone, where value is determined by utility rather than speculation, and where financial inclusion is a reality for billions of people. The $314,159 valuation is a crucial step toward making this vision real. We're already seeing early signs of this vision becoming reality. The Pi browser ecosystem is growing rapidly. Developers are creating innovative applications. Merchants are accepting Pi payments. The community is engaged and growing. This is just the beginning. As the network continues to grow and mature, we'll see even more amazing developments that bring Pi Network's vision to life. Here's something that makes this story even more significant: the impact on the entire crypto industry. Pi Network's approach could influence how other projects think about value, community, and utility. The crypto industry has been dominated by speculation and trading for too long. Real utility and community value have taken a backseat to price movements and market manipulation. Pi Network is showing that there's a better way. If Pi Network succeeds with their community-driven valuation and utility-focused approach, it could inspire other projects to follow similar paths. This could lead to a more stable, useful, and inclusive crypto ecosystem for everyone. At the heart of Pi Network's success is an incredible community of pioneers from around the world. This isn't just a user base. It's a global family united by a shared vision of financial inclusion and decentralized trust. The Pi Network community is actively participating in building the ecosystem. They're not just passive holders waiting for price increases. They're developers creating applications, merchants accepting payments, content creators sharing knowledge, and advocates spreading the word. This active participation is what makes the $314,159 valuation meaningful. It's not just a number, it's a reflection of the community's commitment to building something valuable and lasting. So, what's next for Pi Network? How will this $314,159 valuation shape the future? Let me share some exciting possibilities based on current developments. First, we can expect to see more mainstream adoption as the ecosystem continues to grow. More merchants will accept Pi payments. More developers will create applications. More users will join the network. Second, the technical infrastructure will continue to improve. Pi Network is constantly working on scalability, security, and user experience improvements that will make the network even more powerful. Third, we'll likely see more integration with traditional systems. As Pi Network proves its value and stability, traditional businesses and institutions may begin to take notice and explore partnerships. Here's the most important part of this entire story: your role in this revolutionary movement. You're not just watching history happen, you're helping to create it. Every interaction you have with Pi Network contributes to its success. Every time you mine, use, or share Pi coins, you're helping to build the future of cryptocurrency. Every time you participate in the community, you're strengthening the network. This is your opportunity to be part of something truly special. Pi Network's $314,159 valuation isn't just about money. It's about proving that ordinary people can create extraordinary value when they work together toward a common goal. So, there you have it, the incredible story of Pi Network's bold $314,159 valuation and what it means for the future of crypto utility and decentralized trust. This isn't just another price target or marketing stunt. This is a revolutionary approach that could change how we think about cryptocurrency forever. Pi Network is proving that community-driven value creation is possible. They're showing that cryptocurrency can be accessible to everyone. They're demonstrating that real utility is more important than speculation. And they're building a global ecosystem that puts people first. The 314,159 valuation is just the beginning. As the Pi network ecosystem continues to grow and mature, we'll see even more amazing developments that bring their vision of financial inclusion and decentralized trust to life. What do you think about Pi Network's revolutionary approach? Are you excited about the possibilities? Do you believe community-driven valuation can work? I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. And don't forget to write Pi Network to Moon along with your country name and flag to show your support for this incredible project. If you found this video helpful and informative, please give it a thumbs up. Your support helps me continue creating content that brings you the latest and most important news from the crypto world. Make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update.